result. And Express never charges job seekers a fee. Go to expresspros.com.
What's the best place to reach new customers for your business? Wherever they are. And that's exactly where you can be with iHeartMedia. We talk to our listeners everywhere, from the car to the gym to the kitchen. Your next customer is listening. And not only can we get your message to your audience, we can also show you how it's working in real time. That goes for broad brand messaging and targeted hyperlocal influencer campaigns alike. Start growing your business today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
At Henna Chevrolet, the price we agree on is the exact price you'll pay.
I was at a Chevy dealer recently, found the car I wanted, agreed on a price, and made it all the way to the financing table. Before they mentioned the $2,500 mandatory dealer package they added. Mandatory, as in they refused to remove it. So I left and went to Henna.
For straightforward, all-inclusive pricing, come in and together let's drive at Henna Chevrolet or Henna.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text CHART to 321321, CHART to 321321, CHART to 321321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super size laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
Find your iHeartRadio everywhere. There are hundreds of ways to experience iHeartRadio at home and on the go, beyond the iPhone and Android app and at iHeartRadio.com. Here's another way to connect to iHeartRadio. Apple CarPlay. Our iOS app comes alive in your car's dashboard with a seamless way to play your favorite music, radio stations, and podcasts. Developed with driver safety in mind, the Apple CarPlay interface was built for simple navigation and to limit driver distraction while making sure you can still access all your favorite content from iHeartRadio. No need to download another app. Just plug or pair your iPhone with your dash, and if CarPlay is available in your vehicle, iHeartRadio will sync automatically. iHeartRadio, everywhere you want to listen, including in your car through Apple CarPlay. Check it out for free now. iHeartRadio, anywhere you want to listen, iHeartRadio is there.
iHeartRadio.
Morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas,
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Throwback Thursday edition of the Morning Kickoff on AM 1300, The Zone. SEC Media Days comes to an end later today as the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies take the stage as the last team in the SEC. NFL has some ups and downs. The Aggies, as I just said, take the stage for the last time. We'll still hear from Arch Manning, always hear from Coach Sark, and we'll recap the ESPYs from last night. What was your thoughts on that? I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we've got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, All you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to leave us a voicemail or get a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Judas Priest and Alice Cooper, all you got to do is use that new and improved iHeartRadio app, which is always free. There's a talkback feature on that, and we'll receive your message instantly. And if it's cool enough, you might even hear it on air. We are back together in the studio after a great time in the ATL. We are ready for football season, as is the Texas Longhorns and every other team in the SEC as we get closer and closer to training camp official works, as you know. But let me ask you this, Mark, before we get into hearing from Coach Sark. What was your biggest takeaway from your first time at SEC Media Days?
Well, I love
besides the fact that you were doing 1,000 interviews.
That's the thing. Like how many, we know that every team in the country has their radio station. Yep. We know that every team in the country has a brand that is pro them.
Yep.
I got to meet a bunch of these guys, and it's a consensus. All of them think that Texas is the team to beat.
Yep.
They think that Texas is just too loaded, and there might be some pitfalls. Coach Sark, he tempered everything by saying he didn't think that anybody's going to ever go undefeated again. The way it's too complicated. Every team has guys that come in and fix the problems immediately. You don't have to wait 2 or 3 years for somebody to develop so you can win. You can win right now. I don't believe that. I think that's coach speak. I think that Texas is set to win, and everybody else feels the same.
Well, they have positioned themselves well, and obviously you continue each day to have an opportunity to get better and better and better. And during those times, you have to find a way to make yourself better as an improvement as an entire team.
Right. And like you said, I did 10 interviews.
Yeah, you did.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah.
LSU. Like Oklahoma. I'm sorry, guys. That they snuck up on me.
Yep.
And all of these teams, LSU, the guy said that he has never seen one team have this much talent all at once. You remember the USC team?
Do you remember the LSU team that had all them first-round draft picks? What are you talking about?
That team, he put Texas above that team.
That dude was tripping. I think he was gaslighting.
You think he was gaslighting?
Absolutely. That team got all
He smelled the Mark Henry cologne and was like, hey, let me go on and tell Mark what he want to hear.
Let me give him some truth serum. No, it was like, hey, pal, no, that's not how that works. That's an asinine statement by that young dude.
Hey,
whoever it was.
I have his number now, and that was another thing, the networking. Like when we play these teams, now we have people that we can go to, that we can call, and they're going to call us. I gave him your phone number. Yeah. Anyway, but
yeah, I know how that works.
Don't give him my number.
But one thing that Sark continued to talk about was trying to find improvements to the team coming into this season.
Yeah, I think a couple things we did well last year was we got after the football on defense, and we got after it a variety of ways. We created turnovers in the passing game. I thought our secondary played really good football last year. We were able to get after the quarterback and get them on the ground and cause fumbles. And so that aspect of defense, we were violent, we were fast, we created turnovers. Offensively, everyone's going to want me to say we need to be better in the red area, which is true. We need to take care of the ball better on offense. We were way too loose with the ball, too many turnovers, too many times where we could have really seized games and didn't because we turned the ball over, or we put our defense in an unfortunate situation. And on the next thing is the kicking game needed to improve from where we were last year. We made some adjustments there. That our field goal percentage wasn't where we wanted it to be. The punting game, especially early in the year, wasn't where we wanted it to be. So you try to just address those areas. You put more of an emphasis on taking care of the ball. You go out to the portal and you get a punter and you get a kicker. So you try to address the issues that you have to try to get better at those things, all the while continue on the things that you do well, which I thought we did a great job last year, as I said, on defense of getting after the football.
And they're going to continue to get after the football because of the people that we talked about and talked to. Anthony Hill Jr., you got Colton Vosick, you got Ethan Burke. You also have Colin Simmons, who is a monster. But not only that, you have the athleticism on the back end that will be able to get after the quarterback and make plays on receivers. But the one thing that Texas continues to get ready for is getting ready for Ohio State. First game of the year, bad taste in your mouth from losing to them. But just like Sark and Coach speak, teams are different now.
Yeah, I think, the competitor in you loves the opportunity because it's like, well, that's the next chance is the same sting that you felt. The reality of it is when you really dive deep into it, we're different teams again. We're a different team. They're a different team. A lot of new faces, transfers, different players, different coaches, different coordinators. And so once you get over the emotion of being excited to play that same team again and you drill down to the tactical part of it all, which is, man, we got a lot of work to do. This is a very talented team. They got new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. We've got some new coaches that we're getting acclimated to what we're doing. We got new faces, new players that we're going to be counting on, some transfers and things. You start to shift the focus away from the emotional side and you start drilling into, this is going to be a good team. It's going to be a tough environment. We're going to need to play good football that day to come out on top. And so that's where our focus goes to. And I think our players in the same vein, the competitor in you is easy. Yeah, we want to go win that game. We want to go avenge the loss. But the reality is this is a whole new year and different set of circumstances obviously on the table, but obviously recognizing and respecting that this is a heck of an opponent. It's going to be a great challenge.
And the challenge is what, Mark? Being focused enough to every single day
to
understand.
Make it boring.
This team hasn't achieved anything.
No.
Don't look at what last year's team does and say, oh, yeah, we right there. Yeah, you might have been part of that, but this is a new season, new year, and the trend of Texas football needs to be going up and keep ascending. And Kirby Smart talked about that as well, about the success that he's seen from Coach Sark and the Texas program.
Kurt Bowles from Houston Chronicle. Kirby, you beat Texas twice last year. Now you get them at home. Do you have any special secret to beating Sark and any insights from your days at Alabama together that worked well toward that end?
No, I think if you're going to beat a good football team, you've got to be sound football team yourself, and I didn't overlap with Sark that I remember at Alabama, so we weren't there the same time. Tremendous respect for him and his program, the job they do. To beat good teams, you got to be a good team. We had a good football team last year, so did they. It's not about us as coaches. It's really about the players and what you believe in. We got a lot of really good football teams to play next year besides just Texas, so we're preparing for all of them.
That's the thing, too. It's like, I understand you want to ask the question. Kirk Bowles does a great job, been around forever. But you sit and you look forever. But you sit and you think about it. It's like, it's one game. I got 12 of them. You know what I'm saying? I got 13 of them. I'm trying to play.
Kirby is so tired
of
answering to the critics about Texas.
Yeah. Well, and he's like, y'all need to start talking about us because we, like,
why you keep asking me about Texas?
We beat
won
them. Exactly. So it's just one of those things that, and you know this, Mark, it puts you in a position of like, look, man, I'm trying to be cordial here. I'm trying to be cool here, but in case y'all forgot,
right?
We beat them multiple times.
What was Kirk Bowles thinking, asking him that question? Because what you think he was going to say? Oh, well, this is why we beat them.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not going to tell you how he beat Texas.
Yeah,
Kirk, stop it. Hardge, what question did you get asked by anybody at SEC Media Days that you felt like, okay, that's a great question. Here you go.
Well, it's I tried to avoid the Arch Manning conversation a lot because I thought it was a little bit, it was clickbait, so to speak, right? Because everybody's going to talk about Arch. I mean, if you missed our interview with Arch, make sure you get over to the podcast page or all of our social medias at AM 1300 The Zone, Hardball Hardge, or at the Mark Henry, because we've all reposted it. But the fact of the matter is, the one thing that I kept trying to stress to people that when I was doing interviews, y'all need to start talking about this defense.
Yeah, that's the thing with me. They asked me about that same question. I said, listen, man, we have Michael Myers on our team.
Yep.
Jelani McDonald, you know, at how hard you run, he's always where the ball is.
That's right.
Like so, and then there's 3 other guys that are going to get drafted in the top 5.
Yeah.
Like, man,
it's a different time here at the University of Texas. We're just getting started on a Throwback Thursday edition of the Morning Kickoff. Coming up next, you're going to hear from Arch Manning, Heisman hype, who he takes advice from, and so much more right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
One time when Bill Schoening and I were doing a Tuesday night game, and there was an umpire behind the plate, Tom Jenkins. And Tom was a rather corpulent fellow, and he lets a pitch go in there. And you hear this pop again. He goes, ball 2. Then crystal clear that our field mic picked up was some fan yelling, Jenkins, you fat!
Only on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. Our iHeart Radio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Get your laundry Vegas ready with Arm & Hammer Power Sheets. Just toss in a detergent sheet. No drips, no plastic jugs, no mess. Arm & Hammer is a proud sponsor of the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Clean up before you turn up. Shop Arm & Hammer Power Sheets now.
The JV and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Traffic is at a standstill this morning on 183 southbound. Plan for about 15 to 20 minutes to be added to your commute going from 183A over to Anderson Mill Road. Also, watch out for debris affecting the express lane and the left lane on Mopac southbound at Far West Boulevard, as well as a crash on Stassi Lane at Burleson. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Member Week is here at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off faucets, vanities, and more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free today and get ready to save more. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms, subject to change.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
Take me out to the ball game.
Book a stay out of town.
Book a spa package and lounge by the pool.
The kids agree that this trip really rules.
So we'll book an apartment with space for the whole family. And it's 1, 2, 3 clicks away to your perfect Booking.com stay.
The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Official accommodation partner of MLB.
I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight, and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's VIOME.com, promo code THRIVE.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing at $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Your home for the Horns.
Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone at the Mark Henry on social media at Hardball Hardge and of course at AM 1300 The Zone. Coming up in the next segment of the Hard Knocks Life, we'll get into some more information about the University of Texas and how they are perceived. But right now, we're going to get into the Heisman type of one Arch Manning. Everyone continues to look at him and believe that he is the number one Heisman candidate. Now, there's others that believe that their quarterback, their linebacker, their wide receiver, their defensive tackle, their offensive player,
kicker,
is the Heisman Trophy candidate that will win it all. But every once in a while, you have somebody that understands who they are, comfortable in their own skin, and Arch Manning is that guy. But Arch was asked about the legacy, and he expanded on just that legacy.
Arch, Caleb Saylor, Super Talk Mississippi here. You talked about your role models. Yesterday, your grandfather's jersey was displayed as part of the Ole Miss Shrine, and with your family name, you're about to have your chance to shine and show and create your own legacy. Well, what's that look like for you?
Yeah, it was cool seeing that. I think I came here maybe when it was just opening with my grandfather to watch the Ole Miss Boise State game in opening week. But it's been cool looking up to him and my uncles and my dad. And I've always wanted to play in the SEC, so it's been a blessing.
And that's why you look at him and you understand that he knows what it is. That picture of him holding up his grandfather's jersey at the College Football Hall of Fame
means everything.
It doesn't get any better than
that. Yeah, that means everything.
I mean, those are hallowed grounds, man. Like, we were in greatness, and we could not truly enjoy it because there were people everywhere.
It was covered by everybody.
Exactly. You didn't really get to understand where we were set up. There was the armed forces area. I didn't know the Coast Guard had a football team. I saw it. I mean, I'm looking at all these different things that were out there, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I got pictures. I took pictures of it, dog. But you start to understand that the history of college football and the name Manning lives on.
Man, I sat and watched this video screen of Earl Campbell, and we forget, like, we have Earl on the show, or we talk to Mr. Earl, and you forget how much of a killer he was.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Like, for a guy to be that size and to be able to run that fast. Like, I did you ever see him get caught from behind?
If he did, he stiff-armed him. You know what I'm saying?
Hard.
Like, anybody got too close, he stiff-armed him.
Yeah, watching that video, it just reminded me. That's why I want to be able to go back to Atlanta when nobody's in there and just do the tour like everybody else.
Yeah.
because I saw stuff that just reminded me of why I love football.
Yeah, it's a different entity in itself. And yeah, I was talking to Cam about it. I said, Cam, have you ever like really just went in and took everything in? He's like, no, not yet. And I was like, well, we need to come back next time and really take the tour and walk
maybe
around
a day before
and just check it all out, because it's definitely something to pay attention to. Something else to pay attention to is Arch Manning, and understanding that now I'm the quarterback at the University of Texas. I am the one that's getting all the attention, but there's more around me that needs to be said and taken care of, and that is why he is ready to walk the walk.
I'm not really in the business of this is going to sound mean, but like caring what other people think. But, you know, I'm grateful that y'all think that, but I've only played, 2 games, so I got a lot to prove. But, I'm ready to play, though. I'm trying to walk the walk and do the work, and then, you know, correct if I need to. But I feel like you have to have a good relationship with everyone before you try and lead. So that's what I've tried to build over the past 2 years, and then now be more of a vocal leader. I think I have really good friends, good family to keep me grounded, keep me honest. Whenever I'm acting like a turd, they tell me. So I think that's good to have those people around you for sure. Yeah, we were playing golf the other day, and I like complimented my own shot, and they're like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
I complimented my own shot.
Wow, that was a nice shot right there.
hey, but you
Did y'all see that?
obviously
Were y'all watching?
Listen, the game of golf is so hard. When you hit a good one,
you need to let
say
people
something.
know.
That's right. I need that in my life.
So we've seen all the videos of the ineptitude of Charles Barkley.
He's changed.
Charles looks better hitting the ball now.
Exactly.
He hit an eagle.
Yes, I saw it
last week.
Yes.
And the look on his face, that was his NBA championship, Hardge.
Yeah, well, I mean, I needed it too.
Hey, he was very pleased with himself.
Yes.
He was walking like, guys, y'all see me?
Yeah.
It was so good, man.
His in that same pro-am that he was playing in, Jimmy Rollins had his first hole-in-one, and he won a boat.
Are you kidding?
He won a boat right then at the same time.
Now, are we talking like
nope, this
the
a
minnow?
No.
Are we talking about
this ain't Gilligan's Island, man?
Yeah.
No, this is one of those nice boats. They were playing in a pro-am. You getting a nice boat.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for J-Rob. But yeah, you know, sometimes you gotta compliment yourself in those.
Think he'll let us go on a little boat trip.
Maybe not both of us, but maybe just one of us.
It's a limit.
Yeah, but if there was anybody that he would want to talk to, he would talk to the family, and he was asked in a rapid fire questionnaire about where he would go for advice, and not only advice, but he would follow this uncle for getting dressed to get advice.
Music? Probably my brother. Is that even an option? Can I say him? Dancers, I would say my dad. Dating advice? Let's say Eli. I think he's had a lot of dates in his life. He probably has some good advice. How would play? I would say Peyton for sure. Fashion? I'd go Eli. Cooking? None of them are very good cooks. Probably my grandmother. Best show to watch? I would say Peyton. You know, probably Peyton. He seems like a very responsible guy, so he'd get on me pretty good about that.
So as you start to understand who, what, where, and why, when he said Eli, because I'm sure he went on a lot of dates in his life, I'm like, Eli
got a game?
would have been able to get. Yeah, he was.
Hey, you know what?
He was the quarterback.
You know what hit me the most is when he said that when he's acting like a turd, they pointed out to him, like where in the world do people say turd?
Well, he had to clean it up, because he said I could have been acting like a, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, I guess you can't clean that up.
Yeah. Hey, it don't get much dirtier than that. Like if it does, avoid it, please.
I mean, just doesn't he seem like a guy that you would want to just hang out with?
Yeah, and he seems funny.
Right.
Like, I want to know the Arch once he wins a championship. I want to know the Arch once he wins a Heisman. Like, that Arch will be able to be in what he was just talking about. He was just saying, I haven't done anything yet. So he feels like I can't really be me and show y'all who I am.
Right.
Because I would look like an arrogant turds.
But the funny thing about it is, and I've been fortunate enough to be around him in space, right? Like,
right.
And just watch the way he moves. He's just like everybody else. And that's the funny part to me, just like you. I mean, I watch you move every single day. And I'm like, this dude, because people ask me, I was like, no, he just like us, man. He just happened to do some amazing things in his life. But that's just who he is. And that is what I see when I look at him. When I look at Arch Manning, he is a guy that just goes out there, wants to kick it with his buddies. He just happens to be a starting quarterback. His last name just happens to be Manning. But if you look at the crew that he runs with, you would be like, man, what is going on?
Yeah, he need to be careful doing Wildwood in St. Louis.
Man,
like, listen.
I don't think he's worried about that. I think he's done a really good job.
Man, I'd have had John Wick with me if I'd have went to Wildwood.
Well, I'm telling you right now, how you know he didn't have John Wick with him? Because he walks around as if he has no care.
Hey, if you got Colin Simmons with you, you might as well have John Wick with you.
I mean, you got some good people doing some good things. So I'm proud of the way that things are being handled. And coming up next, I want to talk in the Hard Knocks Life a little bit more about what's going on at Texas, how it's all being presented, and what the nation is thinking when it comes to the University of Texas. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
A 10-minute slowdown through some stop-and-go traffic on I-35 northbound between Onion Creek Parkway and William Cannon Drive. You're also slow on 183 southbound going from 183A over to Anderson Mill Road. This is causing about a 15-minute delay, as well as an accident on Johnny Morris Road at FM 969. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Texas Department of Transportation. A heavy foot can cost you a heavy fine or more. Speeding is a factor in 1,500,000 crashes every year in Texas. So always follow the speed limit. And if there's bad weather or road construction ahead, slow down. Be safe. Drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
The Athletes Unlimited Softball League is coming to Round Rock July 17th through the 20th at Dell Diamond. Watch these legendary AUSL Pro softball players on the Bandits and Volts battle it out, including Sis Bates, Rachel Garcia, Skylar Wallace, Texas-owned Bella Dayton, and many more. To learn more, go to the AUSL.com and get your tickets today. That's the AUSL.com for tickets. Athletes Unlimited Softball, July 17th through the 20th at Dell Diamond in Round Rock. AUSL. This is legendary.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-200-0788. That's 800-200-0788. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now, 800-200-0788, 800-200-0788.
Quiet down, here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Step up to the plate and add your favorite players to your lineup with Prize Picks. The best place to cash in on your favorite sports. The app is simple. Pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code ROAM and get $50 in bonus promo funds instantly when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get $50 in bonus promo funds instantly when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
The Spurs will continue Summer League play today. They face the Hornets in Las Vegas. Cowboys star Micah Parsons is not worried about a contract extension timetable with the team. He said, "I'm going to get mine no matter what." And the Astros will start the unofficial second half of the season tomorrow night. A big series coming up as they kick off a 3-game series with the Seattle Mariners at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. That's sports. I'm Rob Bushka.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are back with offers on vehicles like the 2025 E-Class, CLE Coupe, C-Class, and EQE Sedan. Hurry in now through July 31st. Visit your local authorized dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/dream.
Who are the 25 greatest football players to grace the gridiron since the year 2000? Introducing NFL Daily's top 25 players of the last 25 years. Join me, Greg Rosenthal, and an all-star cast of media personalities, including Mina Kimes, Steve Weish, Kevin Harlan, and more for a look at football's best since the turn of the century. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal, and listen now.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Wake up with Hardge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
Well, my man Mystical is from New Orleans, Louisiana, but we just spent some time in the dirty, dirty South in Atlanta, Georgia. And the conversation as we moved around, it went from station to station. Greg Way was doing a bunch of interviews. Mark was doing a bunch of interviews. I was doing a bunch of interviews. The conversation was about Texas. And during that time when we were there, Texas got 2 major commitments, 2 of them. 2. And as I told you before, I don't get too excited about it. I keep it 100. We'll see. Those are great players. Thankful to have those players. But the one thing we continue to talk about is got to wait and see until those guys get on campus.
Until they sign the paper.
But the one thing that is undeniable is people continue to believe that Texas finds a way and has these deep, deep pockets. When Texas was coming into the SEC, nobody thought they were going to compete. We had a conversation with a bunch of people, and they said, I told them, I said, you should not be shocked about what you see from the University of Texas because they laid the foundation from day one. When they started, when Sark got here, what was the first thing he said? We need to get big humans. They went and got big humans. It was a process. They were still in the Big 12. They were building. They were building. By the time they got to the SEC, they'd had everyone in place. So what you've seen from this Texas football team has been years in the making. You got to crawl before you walk. And that's exactly what they did. But one thing that has always been constant is the financial backing of the University of Texas. And it was so good that one, Colin Cowherd, that you can hear this afternoon from 11 to 2 before you listen to the Craig Way show, the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way, will be on this afternoon with a special guest today as well. But I want you to hear what Colin Cowherd had to say about this.
Steve Sarkisian at Texas. Texas is the most well-funded program right now in the country. They got more money than anybody. I remember before when Texas was approved to go to the SEC, I remember saying on the air, I was at Fox, I said, they are going to change that conference. And Nick Saban, remember Nick Saban started complaining about, he was very vague, but he started complaining about NIL. He saw it coming. Is it Alabama money? Alabama's economy is not Texas's economy. Go look up their GDPs, gross domestic product. There's a lot more money in Texas than Bama, and Nick Saban saw it and got out. Remember when Urban Meyer left Florida and all the Bama fans were like, oh, he's afraid. He's afraid of Nick Saban. Nick Saban was afraid of what he saw at Texas. I remember one of Saban's last years when Bama faced Texas, and I remember watching the game and thinking, oh, Texas has much bigger, stronger, faster players. Well, Nick Saban saw that, and he got into broadcasting. He saw it coming.
He saw it coming. And this is what Sark was able to talk about as well. He was very, very poignant with way that Texas moves in motion.
Well, I think that's unique because the changes are still going on, and so we tried to be forward thinking. Naturally what we've tried to do is submit as many third-party NIL deals as we can to see what's getting passed and what isn't. And we're starting to get some of those things back. And so the point being, I think it's a slippery slope when you rely upon third-party NIL deals as part of a revenue share, as part of a publicity rights, or as part of a contract with a player. Because if those deals get denied, now that money's coming out of your cap. If you go over your cap, now me as the head coach, I get punished, and I don't want to be suspended. They pay me pretty good money to stand on the sidelines and coach our guys, and so we have to be mindful of that. And so we're probably taking a little bit more of a conservative approach than maybe others, and that's okay. Everybody's going to attack this thing a little bit differently. But like I said, we've got a really good roster today. And I think we're going to have a really good roster the next year. And my goal is that we're going to continue to have really good rosters for years to come. And part of that is recruiting new players. Part of that is retaining the players that we do have. Part of that is recruiting players out of the portal. But to do that, we've got to be mindful of the resources that we have available, and not overextend ourselves and to make promises and writing checks that can't be cashed.
Ooh, wait. What do we talk about? We talked about this before. We talked about the fact that people are automatically in a panic. I said, number one, be patient, because you never know what's going to happen in this recruiting game. Number two, you also have to understand if this university is going to spend money, they're going to spend it in the right way.
Right, not just haphazard. I'm not going to get somebody so you don't have them.
Priority spending. Priority spending is the story of the day. And you need to constantly remind yourself when you go overboard and you think, oh my God, I can't believe that guy's going to Texas Tech. Sometimes it's okay to fail on that. It's okay to miss, because one headache here could lead to 7 later. So you got to be able to understand the process in which this organization, from Coach Sark, Brandon Harris, Jamal Finner, Chris Gilbert, Derek Ochoa, all the people that are working underneath Sark are doing their job and their due diligence. Because if you start to understand that these kids have an opportunity to do something major, then it is what it is.
Well, Hardge, I truly believe that what you're saying is 100% correct, and I'm not going to dispute that. I love the fact that they prepare for their weakness, and they see that they're going to lose Anthony Hill. You got to replace him. You're going to lose Arch in a couple of years. Bell is the replacement. Like they're always preparing for the giant need. Everything else, they know they can maneuver around and fix it. Maybe you get a diamond in the rough. And there's always going to be one of those 3-star guys that you wonder, how was he a 3-star?
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, and I'm glad that the staff that they have, even with the changes with, a running back coach going here or a wide receiver coach going there or whatever, like you still have your core together. And they just, Coach Sark, his team is just running on jet fuel right now.
Yeah, and the jet fuel that they have has been very, very important for the success in which they've had. So for me, as you look at it, I'm excited to see what's going to continue to happen. Football season is just around the corner, and I cannot wait until we can actually talk about what's going on the field instead of what's happening behind the scenes. When we come back, we're going to continue the conversations in hour number 1 as Dan Quinn and the Washington Commanders keep messing things up right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Do you ever feel like when you're talking, nobody is listening? Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone will listen to you. What is on your mind? Go! All you have to do is use the iHeartRadio app talkback feature when listening to AM 1300 The Zone.
Yo, hello, it's me. Enjoy the show.
We will get your message instantly, and we promise to listen to it.
The JV and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
A 10-minute slowdown through some stop-and-go traffic on I-35 northbound between Onion Creek Parkway and William Cannon Drive. You're also slow on 183 southbound going from 183A over to Anderson Mill Road. This is causing about a 15-minute delay, as well as an accident on Johnny Morris Road at FM 969. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Payday. Hardworking people need a hardworking candy bar. Packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel, Payday is definitely working hard for you. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it.
After 48 years, Factory Mattress is going out of business forever. Over $15 million worth of world-class mattress brands must be sold immediately. Up to 80% off at Austin and San Antonio's largest independent mattress retailer. Everything must go, right down to the bare walls. Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. No interest financing is still available. The Factory Mattress going out of business sale is happening now at all 14 locations. Don't miss it.
Hey there, history fans.
iHeartRadio brings you a brand new history podcast.
It's called American History Hotline,
where you ask the question,
what is political technology?
Did George Washington really cut down a cherry tree?
Were JFK and Marilyn Monroe having an affair?
And American History Hotline gets to the bottom of it.
I'm so glad you asked me this question.
This is such a ridiculous story that we tell ourselves because we don't want to know the real story.
Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search American History Hotline and listen now.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the GPS directions first before driving to the mall.
Turn right at the light. In 1,000 miles, you will reach Montreal.
Not Montreal, the mall.
Recalculating. 6,000 miles to Nepal.
No, the mall.
Checking first is smart.
Recalculating.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Texting and
enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text CHART to 321321. CHART to 321321. CHART to 321321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Southern Rock Ride. The greatest Southern rock hits from the 70s and 80s. Skinner, 38 Special, Allman Brothers, and more. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Southern Rock Ride, and listen now. Free never sounded so good.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Texas Longhorns.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Make sure you're tuning in to the Craig Way Show this afternoon from 2 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 2 to 5 p.m. And Craig Way will be giving away some tickets. But right now, I want to give away some tickets. So you can win a pair of tickets to go see Alice Cooper and Judas Priest October the 25th at the Germania Insurance Amphitheater. All you have to do is get over to the always free iHeartRadio app, tap that red microphone, and leave the word of the day. Still is the word of the day for you to win a chance to get a pair of tickets to go see Alice Cooper and Judas Priest October the 25th, at the Germania Insurance Amphitheater. And as I said, make sure you tune into the voice of the Texas Longhorns, The Craig Way Show, this afternoon. And you can always listen on the always free iHeartRadio app. Get over to our podcast page if you missed any parts of the shows this week, as we have been at SEC Media Days. It continues to roll on. Texas A&M will close out SEC Media Days a little bit later on today. But today they have Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas, and Texas A&M. Arkansas is a team that a lot of folks are talking about. So is Kentucky, about coaches that might be on the hot seat, some changes that might be happening, and, of course, what's going to happen next in this SEC. But I want to get into the NFL a little bit because the NFL has a lot going on with it. But one of the things that has continued to drive me nuts is the fact that the Dallas Cowboys refuses to go after running backs who they believe is a little bit older. Had an opportunity to go get Derrick Henry, who wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy, lives in the Dallas area. They say, no, pass on him. All he does is go for almost 2,000 yards in Baltimore. Then you look at what was happening with Nick Chubb. And I don't know if you saw the pictures of Nick Chubb just recently. Yeah, he is him. And now he is in Houston. And another player that wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy that the Cowboys didn't want to kick the tires on was one Von Miller. That's right. Von Miller has now decided that he is going to sign with the Washington Commanders. Now, Von Miller signing with the Washington Commanders, you may say, oh, man, he's old or whatever. But what we're starting to understand is Von Miller and Dan Quinn, more likely Dan Quinn, now has the ability to sign whoever he wants. He couldn't do that in Dallas. He couldn't get the players that he wanted on his defense. But now, new team, new money, let's go get the guys that we need. So he goes out, he gets Von Miller. They already had Deron Payne. They go out and get Javon Kinlaw. Bobby Wagner is still there. And they have Marshawn Lattimore, all in their defense. They are going to get some big-time players. Now, here's the one thing that I've said about Von Miller. He has not been the Von Miller while he was in Denver. He didn't do much in Buffalo, but when the playoffs came, he showed up. He is a guy that continues to find a way to make plays in those biggest moments. So the frustrating part for me as a fan of this is the fact that there has been opportunities for the Cowboys to make a splash pickup. And Marcus, you brought this up a little while ago to me, and you said, isn't it kind of weird that the Cowboys aren't making big free agent plays anymore?
Yes, it's just really weird. This team was historically, Jerry Jones was historically known for going aggressively in the free agent market back in the days. And it's just like, it's a whole total switch up. It's like a flip. Is it his son? What is it? What makes the changes of them not being aggressive in free agency or even re-signing their own guys? They used to be aggressive in re-signing their own guys. Now they just wait.
Yeah, it is. It's an interesting concept too, because he wants us to believe that they're all in. He wants us to believe, and I'm somebody that has been giving him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, it got me to the point where I'm starting to believe in them. But then you see things like this that, wait a minute, he was available? He was a guy that we could have went out and got?
And he was interested.
Right. That's the thing that I continue to try to figure out. You don't have to pay a ton of money for all of these guys. So when you go back and you look at the deals that these guys are signing, you're truly trying to figure out, how did you get them for that cheap compared? But yet, they want us to believe we're doing things the right way. We're trying to hold this together, but yet and still, Von Miller could have been a Dallas Cowboy. And it's not just about having the big name. It's not just about the name of it. It's more about being able to handle the spotlight and the situations of other teams. Because we talked about it earlier. And in the next segment, we're going to do the overrated, underrated football teams in the NFL. We're going to do that in the next segment. But I sit here today and I try to find out, okay, Philadelphia is Philadelphia. They just won the best team at the ESPYs. They're Super Bowl champion. You look at what Washington, the Commanders, are doing every step of the way. They continue to get better, the upgrades. Jaden Daniels is just going to get better, I believe. Then you look at the New York Giants, and you're like, I don't know how great they're going to be. I don't know how good they're going to be, but they got experience, and they're trying. These dudes are on their last hurrah, a lot of them.
But the Von Miller thing is different because this is a guy who's from here and is also going to a rivalry team. It's a little different when it's Von Miller.
Well, but I mean, even then, it don't matter. I'm talking about the division. The division is something that I keep looking at, and if they're going to be the champion, because it looks, like I said, the upgrades that are being made for that defense, and I know people are going to say, this is an old folks' home. No, it's not. It's experience. And Dan Quinn knows what he's looking for, and these guys are filling the void of what he is needing.
Experience plus youth is always a great mix, because then the youth is learning from the experience, and then the youth is playing aggressive as they always do.
I agree with that 100%, and that is why one of these teams and one of these situations is they have to get better, and the Cowboys are a team that are missing pieces all the time, and a lot of their key players that they're holding on to are often injured. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. We'll continue the NFL conversations. We'll also hear from Deuce Vaughn about the Dallas Cowboys. Got the world's strongest take, and we'll close out the show with an impassionate speech from the ESPYs last night. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
The Big Three is back this Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Physical and fiercely competitive. Chicago's Montrezl Harrell confronts Dwight Howard in Los Angeles. Then sparks will fly when Glenn Rice Jr. brings his physical game to Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson as Dallas plays Miami. Plus, Detroit and Joe Johnson defend home court, and Houston plays Boston. Basketball the way it's meant to be played. Big Three live on CBS and Vice this Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific.
Yay, yay! It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC, powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing your schedule, responding to Jim's long emails, leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC starting at $699.99 at Dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the job delivered. Large orders of lumber, doors, windows, paint, plumbing, anything the job needs, all from one partner. Get it today with same-day delivery. Get it tomorrow with next-day delivery on 50,000 plus products. Or get it on your timeline with scheduled delivery on everything from framing to flooring. It's time to get your whole job, all your jobs delivered. Ask about all our new delivery options at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
Looking for top quality permanent fencing for your home or business? Look no further than Viking Fence. With over 50 years of experience in Central Texas, Viking Fence delivers craftsmanship you can trust. Whether you need wood, iron, or a custom solution, Viking has the perfect fence to fit your needs. What sets Viking Fence apart? They source the finest quality Western red cedar lumber direct from the mill, the most durable and attractive fence material available. Plus, they offer 3 grades of fence pickets to meet every budget. So whether you want Viking to install your fence or you're taking on the project yourself, call Viking Fence today. They pride themselves on excellent work, outstanding service, and an honest reputation. Call 512-601-8911 for a free estimate. That's 512-601-8911. Or visit VikingFence.com/radio. That's VikingFence.com/radio for your free estimate today. When you think fence, think Viking.
You've got an app for music, an app for photos, maybe even one that helps you sleep. But only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket and lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets. Get the free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Day 4 of SEC Media Day, final day of SEC Media Day, as the Kentucky Wildcats, Missouri Tigers Arkansas Razorbacks and the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies close out SEC Media Days. We heard from Coach Sark on his team and the improvements that need to happen. And, of course, we heard from Arch Manning and his legacy. Colin Cowherd gave his thoughts, and Von Miller is now going to the Commanders, and Jared didn't want to sign free agents, so we're living in misery. But my boy just sent me a text, and he said, maybe Jerry is tired of writing checks that don't result into wins, and I'm all for it. Can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results. He sounds like Tom Herman, and his last name is Herman, so therefore the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So I'll give you that. I'll let you have that, but as other teams are getting the results that they need from these guys, it looks a little bit bad to me. So we'll see what ends up happening. And the wins won't come. That other team, they didn't win the championship. They were the ones that are signing other players, but the team was a lot better. There were some things that happened along the way, and now there is that journey that needs to happen. I want to get into this because The Athletic, I've been really fond of what their writing has been as of late. And they came up with this list of NFL's most underrated and most overrated teams going into the 2025 football season. And if you start to break down, and it didn't give us every team, it just gave us a few teams that have a lot of high expectations and some that are not being looked at in the right light. One of those teams that has been put in the list of overrated, the Buffalo Bills. And I know Buffalo fans, you're like, wait, what? We were 13-4 last year. We're double digits, 6 consecutive years, and double-digit wins. But guess what? You still haven't gotten over the hump because you are in a division that features Lamar Jackson, that features Josh Allen, who was the MVP, of course, but you also have to go up against Patrick Mahomes and some other players in that conference. You've got a contract situation right now with James Cook, the running game. Josh Allen just got married. You got a new wide receiver, second-year wide receiver, Keon Coleman. Is he going to be able to make things happen?
You sound like my cousin.
What you mean?
He got married. That's part of the issue.
I'm just saying things change a little bit. It's never for the worst. I mean, it's good things, but the focus may not be as sharp, and you didn't do the same things you did last year to get yourself in the MVP shape.
I will say, yeah, I could see the Buffalo Bills, not for Buffalo Bills reasons, but I could see it for the other teams that you mentioned. I could see the Chiefs improving. I see the Bengals popping back up this year. So there's a lot of teams in the AFC who on the turnaround, and then also their division is getting better.
Right.
So it's not because of the Bills are getting worse. It's because everybody's getting better.
Well, that's why you got to be able to make those adjustments, and you got to make moves. And they did make some moves. They got Joey Bosa to come in and help with the pass rush, but he's always getting hurt. So we'll see what ends up happening there. And that's one of the teams that they consider overrated. One of the teams that they consider underrated is the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm like, wait, what? How are you considering them underrated? Well, they went 4-13. So they may be able to get to 5 to 6 wins at that point, but I still think of them as a team that's not very good. Trevor Lawrence is at a crossroads in his career. It's time for him to put up or shut up. I know it hasn't been fair to him because he's had multiple offensive coordinators. He's had multiple head coaches. So he's had to adjust along the way. But I wouldn't consider them underrated. I would just consider them a team that has to show me a little bit of something. Don't make them good. Don't make them bad. They have to make some moves. A team that they consider overrated is the San Francisco 49ers. the San Francisco 49ers are in a must win. And I would sound kind of crazy if I said that Kyle Shanahan is on the hot seat. Kyle Shanahan needs to win because he's been to the promised land and hadn't got over it. He's lost a lot of talent. They believed in Brock Purdy and gave him $265 million, but you don't have Deebo Samuel. You don't have Dre Greenlaw. You don't have Travarius Ward, and you don't have Hufanga in the back end. So now what are you going to do as a whole for this team? Kyle Shanahan is a great play caller. But is he going to be able to get over the hump? They went 6-11, but they did have, and the only saving grace for them is that they had a lot of guys that were hurt during that time. But one thing that I have not brought up is Jawan Jennings is looking for a new contract. Training camp is about to start. Some of them have already got into camp, started yesterday. This is going to be an interesting season. Think about this. Brandon Ayuk, he's going to miss some time with the season. They just got Pearsall back after he got shot, and now he's feeling like he's back to 100%. So this is a team that they have overrated. A team that they have underrated is the LA Chargers. Strongly disagree.
That's weird.
Strongly disagree with them being underrated.
Out of all teams that are on the underrated list,
yes,
the Chargers, I think they should be over the overrated list because
thank you.
Because all I hear is the hype of the Chargers over the last few years, and they've never achieved anything past making the playoffs.
Right. And that's the other part of it. The golden boy, which is Justin Herbert, and we'll get into quarterbacks tomorrow. But you start to look at where Justin Herbert is and where the thought process is. I find it interesting that when these things start to happen, the only thing that they can understand is Jim Hardball is their head coach, and he finds a way to get it done. He always, no matter where he's been able to win. It may come across as geeky or whatever, however you want to look at it, but he balls out.
He's quirky.
Yeah, but he goes out there and he gets the team right. He goes out and shines Najee Harris. But guess what Najee does? He wants to play with fireworks. And now he's sitting there trying to figure out if he's going to be able to see. They say he's going to be ready for camp, but I'm not worried. I'm worried about that. And then you go and get a rookie in Amari Hampton. So you'll have that. But the inefficiency and the ineffectiveness of Justin Herbert is something that I've always said. I'm like, he is so inconsistent. But are we going to look at him like we do Trevor Lawrence? Is this the crossroads for him? They've had success. They've made it, like you said, into the playoffs.
Well, he's had more success than Trevor Lawrence.
But he's had a better surrounding cast. He's had a better supporting cast. So we will see about that. Another team that they consider overrated is the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions considered an overrated team. They went 15-2. They lost both of their coordinators. Their center retired, and then they had to deal with free agency. Jared Goff, one of the not upcoming because he's been in the league for a while, but one of the true quarterbacks in the league that has had some big numbers over the past few years and led his team in wins. Like I said, 15-2. 15-2, they were around there. So you start looking at this team and you're like, wow, that's unbelievable that they went like that, but they came up short as well.
They have super high expectations, so I could see them being overrated but still being very, very good.
Yes. The other team that's overrated is the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati is a team that has they do things kind of weird. They got their wide receivers locked up, which is great for Joe Burrow. They've got the running game in which they've made some adjustment with, but they do not have their two pass rushers. Trey Hendrickson, the veteran superstar, deserves to get paid. And the rookie Shamar Stewart, which all you have to do is change the clause back to what it originally was. You're trying to set a precedent with a draft pick that now may challenge the waters and sign an NCAA waiver to try to get back into the league, get back in college.
and you got a second round picks that are getting guaranteed money, and you cutting your guy in your first round short.
Yes, you shortchanging him. And what Marcus means by that with the second round, Alfred Collins has got big money, big money for the second round pick for him to be able to play. Got a big signing bonus, and now he's trending in the right direction. So great stuff by Alfred Collins to get his money. But yes, the overrated team, the Cincinnati Bengals. The two last underrated teams, the Arizona Cardinals. They believe that the new running attack and Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be ready, and Kyler Murray has been more focused than ever on football instead of Call of Duty. And the other underrated team is, guess who? Dallas Cowboys. They believe that the Dallas Cowboys have done an unbelievable job, which I still don't understand that, in this offseason. And now they are one of the teams that they would consider underrated. Speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, one Deuce Vaughn from Cedar Ridge right here in Round Rock got a chance to talk to Kay Adams about the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott, and a change that might be coming this year with the Cowboys offense. We'll talk about it right here on a Throwback Thursday edition of the Morning Kickoff on AM 1300, The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
For the fourth time in 5 years, the Texas Longhorns have won the Directors' Cup.
Texas wins the national championship. The Longhorns are on top of the college softball world.
From the courts to the field, Texas has dominated the nation.
He caught it! Touchdown, Texas! Texas is going to the Final Four! The Texas women are headed for the Final Four!
1300 The Zone, the home of the Texas Longhorns. Hook 'em.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. That's check. Enter it now.
Ready? AM 1300 The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Watch out for an accident on the service road of I-35 southbound around East 46th Street. We also have some reports of road debris in the two right lanes going eastbound on the 290 toll road around 1:30, as well as some stop-and-go traffic for drivers heading northbound on I-35 going from Onion Creek Parkway up to William Cannon, causing a 10 to 15 minute slowdown. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic. This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance says if you're a renter, make sure you're protected. Renter's insurance includes options that cover stolen property, personal injury, and living expenses if your place is damaged. Get a quote for renter's insurance at progressive.com.
Hardball Hardge here for Covert Chevy in Hutto. This July, make every mile a celebration with Covert Chevy in Hutto. Take $12,000 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Silverado 1500 Custom, or $6,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Tahoe Premier. Summer adventures start here with big patriotic savings all month long. Come and see us at Covert Chevy in Hutto off of 79, or just shop covertchevyhutto.com and tell them Hardball Hardge sent you.
Take me out to the ball game.
Book a stay out of town.
Book a spa package and lounge by the pool.
The kids agree that this trip really rules,
So we'll book an apartment with space for the whole family. And it's 1, 2, 3 clicks away to your perfect Booking.com stay.
The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Official accommodation partner of MLB.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today. AXS.com.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, tools, home essentials, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online now through July 18th. Not a rewards member? Join for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
You're probably pretty good at protecting your own personal information.
strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to control how much information you have and how it's protected, there's a lot of places that also have it, and they might not be as careful as you. That's why you need LifeLock. LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second for identity threats. And if your identity is stolen, a LifeLock US-based restoration specialist will solve identity theft issues on your behalf, guaranteed, or your money back. Plus, all LifeLock plans backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. You might not be able to control how others handle your personal information, but you can help protect it with LifeLock. Save up to 40% on your first year. Use the promo code Patrick. Get started by calling 1-800-LifeLock or go to lifelock.com. Use promo code Patrick. That will get you 40% off. Terms apply. LifeLock.com.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualifying for it. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Join the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way, each day from 2 to 5 p.m. for the Craig Way Show on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. We continue to roll on here on AM 1300 The Zone. And if you missed any part of the show, all you got to do is get over to the podcast page a little bit later and check out all of our interviews. You can check out all our interviews from SEC Media Days as that continues to roll on. Day 4, final day of SEC Media Days, and it's continuing to stay busy. But right now, I want to stay in the conversation of the NFL. Obviously, the Dallas Cowboys are a hot topic, will always be a hot topic because of the fact that the Dallas Cowboys continue to find ways to make noise. It's been a quiet offseason. Let's just be honest with it. We just talked about how they don't go out and sign a bunch of free agents at this particular time. The ones that they do got have been a little bit more on the quiet side. You can look at Kenneth Murray, and some of those other moves that they made, and they're trying to build within the system. But one of the players that was a heartwarming story at the time of the draft, but he's looking for an opportunity to play, is one Deuce Vaughn. And Deuce Vaughn had an opportunity to talk to Kay Adams. And the number one story is always about Dak Prescott. And Deuce was like, "Nah, man, don't hate on my quarterback."
Dak Prescott coming off an injury, number 79 on the NFL's top 100 list. Where should he have been?
Dak Prescott, I can't say. We can sit here for 45 to an hour about me saying good things and great things about Dak Prescott. I feel like, of course, he should be much higher than 79. People will say that the injury is a reason why that he was lower. This upcoming season, I would feel he's going to be very, 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 very high on that list whenever it comes back out because of the player that he is and the way he's come back from that injury. Man, we have nothing but faith and a whole bunch of love for Dak, just for the player that he is, the teammate he is, and the leader that he is. So I'm super excited for this upcoming season, and most everything he should be higher.
Everybody thinks he should be higher. But in this situation, they're talking about the fact that he was hurt, didn't get a chance to finish out the entire season, and he had an opportunity just to deal with that. So you always have to understand that sometimes your ranking of where you are has other circumstances. Where he was during that time, coming back from the injury, now he's all systems go. And if you go and look at some of his pictures, follow some of the stuff on social media, you'll see that Dak Prescott is probably in the best shape of his life going all the way back to high school. He looks phenomenal. He's done some amazing things during the offseason, bringing different players around with him, going to their retreat to get to know each other. He's done everything. You heard Dak talk about the relationship that he has with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. He sees the relationship forging with what they've seen together with George and CeeDee and how they're becoming good friends because he had admired them from afar. Well, now you get a chance with a new head coach and a new scheme, and Deuce was asked about it, and he believes that this year is going to be a little bit different.
One of these like lazy things that I keep seeing is that there won't be a scheme change. There won't be a difference in anything because Shoddy was there last year. Will the scheme look a little bit different? It sounds like yes.
Shoddy will have his mark on the. I think Coach Adams will have their mark on the scheme, and I'm excited about it. Won't say too much. But I'm really, really excited for it. These OTAs and the minicamp process was really, really fun. It was really good to dive into the playbook, and I'm excited to hop into it and get ready for camp.
Well, see, and those are the things too, Marcus, that as you get ready for the upcoming season, there is a change. We understand that change is inevitable, and especially in the coaching staff, but the continuity is there. The one thing that I believe, and I kind of close to the situation, believes that Coach Schottenheimer is going to run the ball a little bit more. Dak is still going to have his opportunities to push the ball down the field. He's going to have his opportunities to call the plays and be able to lead his squad. But there will be some things that will be heavily leaned on. It may not be an actual run play, but it could be some quick screens. It could be the running back out of the backfield, catching the ball behind the line of scrimmage, and treating it as a running play.
Because if there is no changes, what is the point of making a coaching move? And it's always a change, no matter if you make a coaching move. Whoever you move on to is going to have a different philosophy, a different thought on how to do things, when to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive. So, of course, there's going to be changes. It's going to be huge changes.
Well, I think maybe when they're talking about the changes, might be more about the scheme, might be more about the not necessarily the thought process of it, but the way that they go about it. Maybe it's the play calling. Maybe Schottenheimer was calling the plays, but let's not forget, Mike McCarthy was an offensive-minded guy. Mike McCarthy had the play sheet in there. Schottenheimer might have been just a guy that was making suggestions, and they weren't going with it. So Mike McCarthy was calling the plays. Let's not get it twisted. He's Steve Sarkisian. Like A.J. Milwee will work with the quarterback, but the play call is coming from Sark. So you have a guy, because if you go back and you look at Schottenheimer's history, he's done a really, really good job at every place that he's been. Yes, people have called it boring, but they've had success. So if they can get that to that point of success, number one, you got your quarterback back. Most important thing, you got to get Dak Prescott healthy. Number two, you went out, you got guys on the outside to help complement CD. You have a great tight end. You've upgraded your offensive line. And I believe it was you that was talking about this the other day, talking about Arch Manning relying on the run game because they have so many backs back there, and they have the offensive line now that can do that will take some pressure off of them.
But you also add a guy like Pickens, and so you still seeing aggressive plays offensively for the Cowboys because that's too much talent.
Same thing here. But you don't want to put too much on them, too.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that everybody works their way up. Yes, you go spend the money on that and make that trade, but you also have to be able to understand that there's a process to getting back to where you need to be. So I'm all down for all of this and what's been going on and how this is going to be happening. But you continue to look and try to grind on this, it can happen. It can happen. But I want to understand a couple of things. Number one, this offense, this mindset, and this team is going to camp this week. And the one thing that I want to constantly hear during camp is everybody is healthy. That's all I want to hear. I want to make sure that everybody is still in a good spot to be able to handle the pressure of it all. That is something that I'm working on. Like right now, Trayvon Diggs, he's made the improvements at the cornerback position, but he has to get healthy. Is he somebody that you're going to look at and say, on the defensive side of the ball, we can depend on him? If he's healthy, he's an all-pro. If he's not, you got other guys that have needed to step in and do different things. Is on the offensive line, are you going to look at all the Tylers, Tyler Smith, Tyler Guyton, and Tyler Booker on that offensive line, along with Connor Beebe and
I swear they should
Hill.
have a nickname.
Yeah, we have to find a way to make sure that those guys are grinding it out, and Texas and Dallas would be able to run the football. So it's going to be an interesting offseason or interesting training camps around the NFL as they've all started this week. Well, not all of them. Majority of them have reported, and they will be starting this week. But by the midweek of next week, everybody's in camp. Storylines are going to change, and we will be talking NFL football like no other. I'm excited about it. We're excited about SEC football and the ability to continue to move the needle with the Texas Longhorns, Arch Manning, Coach Sarkisian, wide receiving core. But in Dallas, you got to put up or shut up. It's time now, folks. And speaking of it's time, it is now time for the World's Strongest Take, brought to you by the World's Strongest Man, coming up next, and you do not want to miss it. Right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Watch out for an accident on the service road of I-35 southbound around East 46th Street. We also have some reports of road debris in the two right lanes going eastbound on the 290 toll road around 1:30, as well as some stop-and-go traffic for drivers heading northbound on I-35 going from Onion Creek Parkway up to William Cannon, causing a 10 to 15-minute slowdown. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance says if you're a renter, make sure you're protected. Renter's insurance includes options that cover stolen property, personal injury, and living expenses if your place is damaged. Get a quote for renter's insurance at progressive.com.
The last thing anyone wants is to leave behind confusion, stress, or worse, family conflict. That's why estate planning isn't just for the wealthy. It's for families like mine, and probably like yours. With Trust and Will, I created my estate plan in minutes, from naming guardians for my kids to putting our house in a trust to avoid probate. Fast, affordable, and way easier than I thought. Every plan is designed by estate planning attorneys and customized for your state. Plans start at just $199 and include essentials like healthcare directives and power of attorney. With Trust and Will's bank-level security and built-in privacy protections, your personal information and your wishes stay safe. Whether you're newly married, raising kids, caring for aging parents, or just want peace of mind, Trust and Will makes it easy to protect what matters most. Go to trustandwill.com, use code RADIO at checkout, and save 20% on your personalized plan. Because there's no better time to protect the people you love. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Shop simple. It doesn't get any easier. You're looking for a new Ford. You don't have time to spend hours at the dealership. So Truck City Ford in Buda has made it simple. Go online. Pick yours at truckcityford.com. We can bring it to you for a home test drive. Once you determine it's perfect, you can arrange financing, value your trade, and sign all your paperwork digitally. Then simply tell us where and when you want to take delivery. Leif Johnson's Truck City Ford in Buda has made buying a new Ford simple.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, cloudy early with peaks of sunshine. This afternoon, a high of 95 for your Thursday. Tonight's low 72. Friday, partly cloudy, a high in the mid to upper 90s.
This report is sponsored by BetOnline. BetOnline is the ultimate destination for all your sports wagering needs in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-timer, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. Always the largest selection of odds from football, pro and college basketball, hockey to cage fighting. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Join iHeartRadio and Sarah Spain in celebrating the 1-year anniversary of iHeart Women's Sports.
With powerful interviews and insider analysis, our shows have connected fans with the heart of women's sports. In just 1 year, the network has launched 15 shows and built a community united by passion.
Podcasts that amplify the voices of women in sports.
Thank you for supporting iHeart Women's Sports and our founding sponsors, Elf Beauty, Capital One, and Novartis.
Just open the free iHeart app and search iHeart Women's Sports to listen now.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
You heard that beat drop, and it could only mean one thing. WWE Hall of Famer and the world's strongest man, the Mark Henry, brings you his world's strongest take. Take it away, big fella.
Art,
what's up, man?
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. I'm glad we was able to get that right. Marcus! Back then, they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Guys, my take is really a take. It's not based off fact. It's not based off statistics. It's based off a conversation that I had with a good friend yesterday. And he was so just overwhelmingly pissed off about the change in college football. And I told him, I said, Bill, you are not going to do anything but continue to cheer for that loser of a team of yours at the University of Houston. You're going to just keep cheering for them. They're never going to win a national championship. But who cares? You love them. I'm a Cowboy fan. I know that it's not going to change. We might win 13 games. We might win a playoff game. But I don't see a Super Bowl in the foreseeable future. But I still love them. Even when I tried to run away from them, I'm running with my eyes closed through a field of glass and broken things and just expecting myself not to get cut. Like, listen, I'm a fan. That's what we all are. That's what fandom is just an abbreviation of fanatics. We are fanatics for college football, and college football is not going to change, y'all. It's not going to change. I like to tell you, there's this magic button that you can push and everything will be perfect. Bill, you cannot stop the fact that guys get paid now. You don't like it because you feel like it's making something pure pro. College football was never pure, y'all. That's why they put the death penalty in sports. That's why SMU got banned. That's why Lamar got banned. There were a bunch of teams that got kicked out because, there were people that they wanted on their team, and they had to give them a car, Hardge, because they couldn't make it to practice. They had to give their mom $10,000 because they were in debt, and the kid couldn't sleep at night knowing that when he left home, his sister and little brother was not going to be able to eat because he used to work a second job to help his mom. For years and years and years, guys and girls have been getting a little something under the Hardge. I've taken and given a $100 handshake because I knew people needed it, not because I was like, hey, man, look at me. Or, hey, man, I want you to enjoy being at Texas. I'm saying it because it was needed. And all of these guys and girls, they've deserved it. They've deserved every penny. And I'd like to get into the statistics of Vince Young and the jersey sales right here in Austin, Texas. If Vince Young got a percentage of how many jerseys they sold, he would have never had to go to the NFL. He could have just retired football after college and lived a great life. Guys, football has changed. It's changed forever. It's never going back. You cannot put the toothpaste back in the toothpaste canister. You can't. Hardge, what say you?
I mean, I agree with you, and this is something that has been going on and on for years. There's been a lot of opportunities. There's been a lot of moments in time to where these things had to happen. I was talking to Tommy Harris this past weekend up in Dallas.
Yeah, it's a great picture y'all sent.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's your guy. We know Tommy, and he's going to be coming on with us right before football season in our Legends of the Locker Room segment. And Tommy mentioned to me, because his son is playing basketball, and he said, these kids on this team are playing to change their conditions. These are the things that you were talking about, how people are going about their business, how people are showing up. What are they doing to change their conditions? And he said, our kids are out here for conditioning. There's a difference. As you mentioned, some of these kids were coming to the universities to change their lives and their family lives forever. That's all they had. This is it. This is my way out. And so in those particular moments, you start to understand that it's a good thing that these kids are able to make money, because now their moms and their dads or whoever was taking care of them, grandmama, now they can rest easier knowing that their kid is being taken care of. So the little bit of money that they do have, they don't have to send it to their baby at school.
Right.
Those are the moments that we misunderstand sometimes. And that is why I believe, even though people are trying to talk about a cap, whatever they want to do it. But the reality of the situation is now that these kids are able to be funded for what they do and how they got here is something that we can all, rest easy on a little bit.
We really should be celebrating it.
Absolutely.
Because, Hardge, I remember my mother never made more than $12,000 in a year.
Right.
When I say poor, I mean po, because we couldn't get the OR. We couldn't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
She sent me money one time, and I sent it back because I knew that her sending me the money that she had mean that she wasn't going to buy groceries. You feel me?
Yeah, 100%.
So
I've been there.
This is the difference between the college athlete of past and the college athlete of now. Yeah, there's some things that are just, there should be a cap, and there's a lot of rules that need to be set in place. But that'll all get figured out in the next 10 years, I hope.
Yeah, it will be. Another great take by the world's strongest man. We'll come back, close out the show, and send you to Dan Patrick. The ESPYs were last night, and we've got your winners and we've got your losers right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The Craig Way Show.
So Texas goes in there to play him in Danny Meyer Coliseum in Florida. Kurt Thomas played the game of his life, and TCU upset Texas. So a month later, they have the rematch in Austin. Texas blows them out of the water. Billy Tubbs did not want to go in and do the postgame. That's when he walked into the news conference, stood at the microphone and said, okay, I'm only going to take 3 questions. And then somebody raised their hand. Why only 3 questions, Coach? Now you're down to 2 questions.
Weekdays at 2.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you'll need.
The left lane's blocked off by an accident on I-35 southbound at Tech Ridge Boulevard, but it looks to be in the final stages of clearing out of there. We have a stalled vehicle in the right lane on the service road of Mopac northbound at Far West Boulevard, and looking at the main lanes of Mopac going southbound for some stop-and-go speeds from Breaker Lane to downtown. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Bobby Bones here with some easy trivia. What does the Staples easy button say? That was easy. Oh, I mean, that was easy. You knew that, right? And now you know to press it for prints, shipping, and even passport photos. Plus, next day delivery to over 98% of the U.S. I see you, Staples. That was easy.
The Athletes Unlimited Softball League is coming to Round Rock July 17th through the 20th at Dell Diamond. Watch these legendary AUSL Pro softball players on the Bandits and Vaults battle it out, including Sis Bates, Rachel Garcia, Skylar Wallace, Texas-owned Bella Dayton, and many more. To learn more, go to the AUSL.com and get your tickets today. That's the AUSL.com for tickets. Athletes Unlimited Softball, July 17th through the 20th at Dell Diamond in Round Rock. AUSL, this is legendary.
After 48 years, Factory Mattress is going out of business forever. Over $15 million worth of world-class mattress brands must be sold immediately. Up to 80% off at Austin and San Antonio's largest independent mattress retailer. Everything must go, right down to the bare walls. Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. No interest financing is still available. The Factory Mattress going out of business sale is happening now at all 14 locations. Don't miss it.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
Hey there, history fans.
iHeartRadio brings you a brand new history podcast.
It's called American History Hotline,
where you ask the question,
what is political technology?
Did George Washington really cut down a cherry tree?
Were JFK and Marilyn Monroe having an affair?
And American History Hotline gets to the bottom of it.
I'm so glad you asked me this question.
This is such a ridiculous story that we tell ourselves because we don't want to know the real story.
Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search American History Hotline and listen now.
I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight, and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's VIOME.com, promo code THRIVE.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the Debt Blue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-200-0788. That's 800-200-0788. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now, 800-200-0788. 800-200-0788.
Let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. We cover all 40 acres.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. We started the show off today talking about SEC, Texas football, Kirby Smart and Arch Manning, Colin Cowherd, the Commanders. We talked a lot of Dallas Cowboys, who's overrated and who's underrated. And we just had the world's strongest take brought to you by the world's strongest man. Right now, I want to get into the ESPYs. As the ESPYs were last night, there were no sports going on except for soccer. But by the way, Austin FC won last night 2-1. But you start to look at the ESPYs, and this is the part where you get recognized for all of your talent. Best championship performance was Simone Biles. Best play, Saquon Barkley with the jump back hurdle, all that kind of stuff that now that's on the cover of Madden. Humanitarian award, the Muhammad Ali Sports Humanitarian Award went to Sloane Stevens. I did not realize she was from Compton as well, doing great things in her community. Best breakthrough athlete, Alona Mayer, the U.S. rugby participant. Capital One Cup winners, U.S. North Carolina women and Ohio State men. The Icon Award went to Alex Morgan and Diana Taurasi. Best athlete, women's sports, Simone Biles. Pat Tillman Award for service. The firefighters, David Walter, who came to the University of Texas, was a swimmer at the University of Texas. He was part of the L.A. County firefighters. They got the Pat Tillman Award. Gatorade Player of the Year. 2 high school students. One of them was Cameron Boozer's son. Was it Cameron Boozer? That's who won it. Carlos Boozer's son, Cameron Boozer. Best comeback athlete, Suni Lee. Billie Jean King Award. Arthur Ashe Award went to Oscar Robinson. Best male athlete, Shea Gilchrist Alexander. Alex Ovechkin won. Best team was Philadelphia Eagles. Best NBA player, Shea Gilchrist Alexander. Caitlin Clark obviously won the WNBA one. Men's sports, Cooper Flagg. Women's sport, Juju Watkins. So many others that went on, Shohei Ohtani and everything. But the award that I really wanted y'all to hear was the Jimmy V Award for Perseverance. And it was Katie Schumacher-Cawley, the Penn State's volleyball coach, who had been battling cancer and just kept showing up every single day and helped her team win. And I thought it would be important to hear this message because you never know who's going through stuff, but it also shows you the perseverance that you have to go through while you're going through it.
Let's give it up to the Penn State girls in the back there. That's right. Simone, thank you for taking a picture with my daughter last night. Yeah, it's big time. Little Shay was so excited. So the internet has gone wild for her. So thank you. Thank you to ESPN and the ESPYs for having me. Congratulations to all tonight's winners. Especially my guy Saquon, Fly Eagles, Penn Stater, right? Let's go. I know I'm sitting near some Ohio State guys, but that's all right. I got love for you. I'm beyond humbled and truly grateful for this moment. This past year has been one I could have never imagined. It's been filled with challenges, with grit, with tears, but also with perspective, purpose, and unbelievable love. Cancer changed my life, but it didn't take it. It didn't take my belief, it didn't take my spirit, and it didn't take my team. I have so many people to thank, to the entire family in State College, Chicago, and Pittsburgh, especially Mike, Stella, Nora, Shay, and my mom. Let's get them on TV. They deserve it. Let's go. You've been my rock, my strength. You gave me mine. You showed up in every moment, even the hard ones, with love, humor, and unwavering support. Thanks to my doctors at UPenn and Mount Nittany Medical, a person does not fight cancer alone. Yeah, let's go. The medical professionals who help so many of us are such heroes. Thanks to everyone at Penn State, especially my staff. They made this whole season possible. Let's give it up for my staff, please. And thank you to my team and my former players. You inspired me every day to keep fighting, and you reminded me what it means to be part of something bigger than yourself. That jersey we wear means everything, and the bond we share is unbreakable. Sports are amazing, and these women and the women that came before have set the stage to where we are now. Lastly, I'd like to thank Coach Valvano and the foundation. To be a part of this mission that says don't ever give up is a privilege. This is bigger than me and bigger than this stage. Because this is about hope. It's about every person sitting in a chemo chair right now wondering if they can keep going. Especially my friend Dylan. My friend Dylan I met here with Make-A-Wish. He's got a battle ahead of him, and he's going to do this. And you can do it. I will keep fighting for you. I share this with everyone who's ever faced this disease, the survivors, with those still fighting, and with the ones that we've lost, especially my dad. This is for you. Keep showing up, keep believing, and please never, ever give up. Thank you so much.
I mean, you start to understand that Jimmy V Award obviously means a lot to so many different people that continue to fight for cancer research. And I know that there's somebody out there that is going through something. I went through something, wasn't known for a long time. Eventually it came out that I had prostate cancer and went through it. Mine was not as severe as some of the other cases that are out there, but nonetheless, you still want to be aware. Last month was Men's Health Month. Wanted to make sure that we tell men to go get checked. Women too. I mean, it's important to stay on top of the things that are going around you, even though you may feel sick or you may not like going to doctor's offices. They're there for a reason. So make sure that you take the time to invest in yourself. Make sure you take the time to invest in your health, because you're not just doing it for yourself. You're doing it for other people that care for you, that are always around you, that are always looking out for you. So it's got to be more of a group effort when you start to think about that. So great stuff from the ESPYs. And I know there's going to be a lot of controversy out there because of the way that Shane Gillis did the ESPY monologue and throughout the entire show. But I thought it was outstanding. Yes, there were some crash jokes that was in there, and some people probably will get offended a little bit by it. But again, he said, this ain't me. This is what I'm being, we wrote these out. These are the jokes that we're delivering. But remember, comedians are just that. Yes, sometimes they go a little bit too far and you got to step on it a little bit. But they have done some really, really cool things that need to be understood. So no matter what, make sure you go get checked. ESPYs were great. We're going to have sports again. Tomorrow, we'll hear from Texas A&M and Mike Elko. We'll also have opportunity to hear more from Coach Sark, because we didn't even get to half of the stuff It's going to be a feel-good football Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff. So it is going to be an exciting time for Mark Henry, for Marcus. I'm Hardball Hardge. And just remember this, folks. Don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. We'll be better tomorrow. Peace.
The Big Three is back this Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Physical and fiercely competitive. Chicago's Montrezl Harrell confronts Dwight Howard in Los Angeles. Then sparks will fly when Glenn Rice Jr. brings his physical game to Michael Beasley and